And before we get this video started, guys, when I made the video, it was before we went to do Wrath of the Machine that night. And I won a whole bunch of stuff, but a bunch of it was doubles of things I had and things I didn't want, so I broke them down. But I won the one thing that I was wanting the most, the Fever and Remedy. I absolutely love this gun. The target acquisition is impeccable. The impact is great. The range is pretty solid. The perks are on point. I love this hand cannon. So I wanted to tack this on to the front of the video before we start the full video. So let's get it going. Oh, and one more thing. The only solar hand cannon that has ever existed in Destiny. Yeah, boy! Alright, we're really gonna do it this time. On to the video. And a pop pop bada bing bada boom. Once again, it's your boy BaltimoreDude, back to do the damn thing. I know it's been a minute, guys, but we have had so much going on. Destiny was incredibly dry for a period of time, but now Age of Triumph has landed. All the raids are back, and when it's the challenge raid of the week, we're doing that one, and we're doing the other ones when they're not even on the challenge to work on picking up armor. And some things you like to have a legendary version of also, like my Fatebringer. I have an adept and I have a legendary. Sometime I like to put the legendary on because I like to use an exotic elsewhere. So we do the challenge of the week and some of the other raids. And Oryx has been an absolute cancer. Bungo, fix your... See, I just belched on you. I just totally belched on you, Bungo. That's how disrespectful I feel about this. Fix your shit, okay? Oryx's whole body trembling when he goes into a seizure. We got two knights. Excuse me, not knights. What the fuck are their names? Ogres. We got two ogres that came out of one puddle. I don't mean the glitch where he comes up and goes back down. We literally had two ogres to kill in one puddle. So anyway, Oryx was canceled, but the point of this video is I have promised you guys for some time that I would show you all the loot I've picked up. Now, I have every single exotic, but I don't have every exotic with me. I'd have to go to the kiosk to get a few of them. So, I'll just let you take a look at my kiosk real quick. And I'm going to take you through each character. I'm on my Warlock right now. Now, typically the way I do things is go grease lightning and burning up. But anyway, the way I usually do things, my main kind of teeter-totters between the Titan and the Hunter. But whichever character I'm using primarily at the moment, they hold the best of my weapons, my general loadout that I carry around. That is currently on the Hunter, but we're on the Warlock right now, so I figured, what the hell, hey, we'll start with him. So let's take a look in weapons kiosk, see what we got going on there. In there you can see what I have unlocked. So if something's not in my inventory, I'm imagining this is Wrath of the Machine because we're doing that tonight. So you can see, if you don't see it in my inventory, that's all the stuff I have unlocked weapon-wise, exotic. And over here, we got the armor unlocked. And I'm showing you this because I don't have some of it in my inventory because I just don't have room or I'm not using it at the moment. So let's run back up to the middle. And last, right before we finish up, I'm going to show you inside my vault. Like I said, the Warlock is not holding much right now, but I'm gonna go through what's on each character. I'm not gonna go into detail of every perk. I'll give you a quick look at them, and you can pause the video, do what you want. But I want to try to make this as brief as possible because just by nature it's a long video. So let's start out with the Warlock. Right now he is wearing the Vault of Glass robe, which I was lucky enough to win. I do have one ornament for it. If I wanted to turn that on, I think that's pretty cool. You got the Gorgon thing going on. He's wearing a Trials of Osiris helmet. And I've got Sunbreakers on, and I've got my Nothing Manacles, I've got my Crystalline Gloves, one of my favorites, my Ophidian Aspects, and the Impossible Machines. These are the Osiris Gauntlets. That was, if I'm capable of going back up to Gauntlets, that is the Crota Gauntlets. And then we have the Gloves of a Dying Star. That's part of the set from Zavalia. And I have the entire set from Zavalia on every character. Then we have Iron Days gloves. These are pretty cool, man. They're pretty cool. The Iron Banner ones, that's with the ornament off. Much more interesting looking. I dig them. So I got that robe. I also picked up the Crota robe. I got that. I got the Crota boots. I got the... Why can't I hover over shit today? Derp. I got the Oryx boots. Man, I don't know which ones I like. What do you guys think? Crota? Oryx? I don't know. I have to think on it. I got my, where'd this come from? Osiris mark. And I was lucky enough to get the VOG mark, or bond rather. The VOG bond and the Crota bond. I got my Ghost here. Let's see what weapons he's tugging around. Now, he's kind of sitting in the background right now. Like I said, I'm maining my Hunter at the moment. I've got super good advice on him. Like I said, I'll flash the perks real quick. You guys can pause, screenshot, do what you want. And what's this? This is my Solar Swarm. I'm pretty fond of that. I think I'm gonna move that one. Why don't I have armor piercing rounds on? Yeah, we want armor piercing rounds, bruh. And funny story about this. The first rocket launcher I had worth a damn in year one. The only thing I had usable was a Void Steel Oracle when we were doing Vault of Glass and Crota and all them for a long time. The Steel Oracle's all I had, and I used it. It was void, but I used it purely because it had tracking. That's the only valid rocket launcher I had, and we've won thousands of raids. So we ended up at some point, by the time the Gjallarhorn was first retired, we had won 30, exactly 30 Gjallarhorns. So it did start raining galleys on us at one point. And my second favorite rocket launcher in the game, the Hungro Crota, absolutely love that thing. I was able to pick that up, and you guys know all about the artifacts, so I won't waste your time with that. And let's see if there's anything else interesting here. We got the Raiment, Void Fang Vestments. This is the Reef, the robe you get from Varix. And let me get back in my VOG swag. And I'm kind of old school, bro. I mean, I like the ornaments. I think they're cool, but I got fixed that intellect. But I'm just kind of old school. I like the old style VOG robe. So we will continue with the weapons. I almost forgot the rest of the weapons. Anyway, I got a Defiance of Yasmin, just because I like it. I like it with Firefly. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm a fan. I like it, so I kept one. A Wormwood sidearm. Pretty good roll, right? So I hang on to that. And a Proud Spire. This is the shoddy that you can buy from Iron Banner or win from Iron Banner. I use it sometimes, but definitely not my go-to. Stolen Will. This is basically a taken version of the Dry Rot from year one, but it's got pretty good range and you can see how fast it shoots. So I use that on occasion. It's not one of my main weapons I carry. Here's the sniper from Trials of Osiris. Decent. It's pretty good. A little less impact than the others, like 1,000 Yard Stare, Ex Mechanica, Machinica, whatever it's called. But it's decent. It's pretty good sniper. And my jewel, my pride and joy, my Black Spindle. Oh, what a sniper, man. Still does work. I've got both ornaments to take in, and Ragabone, which is pretty cool because it kind of looks like the Grasp of Malak. So we got that in there, and I guess I'm going to keep this. Seemed like a decent roll, so I was thinking about keeping it. Kind of on the fence. This is my Treads Upon Stars, the best one I've gotten, and I like it, man. It does work. I mean, it really does work with that roll. So I do use that, not as often as I should, but I do use it. And I have a party favor here I was thinking about keeping. I probably won't. I'll probably just Genesis Chain. I'm hoping, my hope when we do Wrath of the Machine tonight is that I get the hand cannon, because it's the only solar hand cannon Destiny has ever had. And I want them in this order: the hand cannon, the pulse rifle, and the Genesis Chain, all adept. If I could get the first one, I'd be happy. The first two, I'd be elated. If I got all three, I'd poop my pants. So that's pretty much how that goes. I do not use this pretty much ever because I'm not a bitch like a lot of guys in the Crucible. Nerwin's Mercy, an old Iron Banner weapon, I still have hanging around because it has won me many matches. I need to take it up to 400, but I typically use it in the Crucible, so I haven't been pressed about doing that. My Touch of Malas, Malichi, I still keep that because it's good at the witches and for various things, but not much else. So we will switch on over to, let's go to the Titan next, and I'll save the Hunter that has my best weapons on him for last. So let's crack-a-lack on over to the Titan. And now we find ourselves on the wild and wonderful Titan. Why he was not 400, I don't know. Right now I've got ornaments on the helmet and the arms. I actually do have the legs, which have ornaments also. And I've got the mark on, which I've got ornaments on. So let's turn off all the ornaments and take a look at them. Because like I said, I'm a little bit of a purist. So I kind of like the old look, but I really like those horns and all the shit he's got going on. But if we kick it back old school, now I haven't won the chest piece for him. I've won everything but the chest piece for him. I'm using the VOG chest piece, which I actually do have ornaments on. Like, there's one ornament. Look at this thing. I look like a Wi-Fi signal. Look at that. I can get you guys internet. Walk close to the TV with your cell phone. It'll jump on my network, I promise. But anyway, I'm using the VOG chest piece right now. I kind of like this ornament. I think it's cool. I've got the VOG legs on with an ornament. I only have one of them, but there they are in their natural state, unfudged around with. And I really like this ornament on there. So let's take a look, see if there's anything else interesting here. The Mark of Triumph. It said that this will be carried over to year 2. So if you're a level 5 and just starting grinding up, it still tells the noobs that you are a legend, starting to grind all over again. I've currently got my Triumph mark for my Titan, my Triumph cloak for my Hunter, and I'm working on my Triumph bond for my Warlock. So, boots, the Wrath of the Machine boots. I don't believe I have any ornaments on them, do I? Turns out I do. I'm not a big fan of the Wrath set, but I do have all of it. Most of it's in the vault. And these are my various chest pieces. I'm one of those guys, like, if I'm running Striker, I want to have an arc chest piece. I want to milk every bit of armor I can get out of things. And the Crota gauntlets, I was lucky enough to pick them up. And of course you see the Thagamizers. These are the newest Osiris gauntlets. And I try to have a set of gauntlets to speed load every weapon, specifically hand cannons, because they load so slow. These are the helmets I carry around on my Titan. As you can see, I won the Crota helmet. I've not been real lucky with the helmets in the raids. I think I won 2. That's what I'm thinking too. One for him and one for the Hunter. So anyway, that's his Crota helmet, and that's his VOG helmet. I like that one a whole bunch too. It's probably my second favorite. And you can see this is the Helm of Triumph, part of the Triumph set. And I think that's about all to see on the armor side. He's really not holding much weapon wise. My titanium orchid, I do use, well, actually I don't use this one no more now that I got my hunger back. I probably should put that into something. And apparently I have an extra hunger down here, and I ain't got room to be having extras, bruh. My Baron's ambition, I will never get rid of this. It was the first thing I took to max light in each update. It's just a great all-around machine gun. It just does everything well. I'm real fond of it, so I do use that pretty frequently. My Terminus, I just got back. I love this machine gun, and like a fool I deleted it, but now I have it back, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is an Undying Deluge that's gonna be deleted probably. My 2 to the morgue, I think I have 1 or 2 of them. It's got performance bonus, helpful on a shoddy. Rifle barrel, crowd control, and you can see the stats are pretty on point. Decent crucible gun, I take it in there, but now that I've got my found verdict back, I don't take it that much. My patience and time, the binding blaze sidearm, that's probably gonna go. This can go now. And I've got a comedian, not bad. I've taken it out. It seems to perform better in PvE, but it's alright. Nothing to write home about. My 4th horseman, I actually have one leveled up in the vault. But not forgotten, this comes from Archon's Forge. And if you compare that to the sniper you can buy from the Iron Banner, or win from the Iron Banner, it has considerably more impact. The one at Iron Banner is in the archetype of Defiance of Yasmin as far as rate of fire and impact, but Has hidden hand, explosive rounds, oiled frame, accurized ballistics, and I use it sometimes. My shadow praise, look at that stability, baby. Hidden hand, almost max stability, persistence. Ah, I love it. I don't use it nearly enough. My Ias Luna, it's okay. Nothing to blow your mind, but it's alright. It's nice to have the rangefinder perk with the recent nerf to range, and it's got sure shot, so it's not bad. I use it here and there. This is my go-to clever dragon, my favorite one I've won. And I've not been using it much lately. And my Mida multi-tool. Right now, I guess I've got the Special Ops ornament on. Then we have the Arcit. We got the Arcit up in this biatch. The Arctic Survivalist. The ornaments, and let's try it with no ornaments and go back to old fit. Oh man, such fond memories, such fond memories. I love you, bro. Bro love, bro love. And over here is a badger that I'm probably going to delete. So that is the state of the Titan and some more things we picked up. Now let's juke on over to the hunter and see the good stuff. And now we on my baby. My baby. I got these gauntlets from Oryx last night. I dig them, man, with the ornament. I dig these gauntlets, bro. I think they're fire. That shit is lit. And the chest piece is the Age of Triumph chest piece. I actually have the whole set for him, but the gauntlets are in the vault. And the Boots of Triumph, which you can see, I really like that. You can chroma them. And there's his Age of Triumph cloak. You can also chroma that. And with Glowhoo, I've got the VOG helm on right now with an ornament. But with Glowhoo, it looks really good. And I don't have this one unlocked, but I don't know that I care to. And here's the original form of the VOG helmet. I really like this one though. I thought this looked real cool, so I went with that. But I do have the raid cloaks. There is the Shroud of Flies and the Shattered Vault cloak. I am elated to have them back, and I have ornaments on them right now. Let me change, he's gonna look funky, but let me change his shade so you can kind of get a better look at the ornament. That's the ornament on the Shattered Vault cloak that I chose. I think I only unlocked one, because like the second one don't do much. Look, just kind of colors it. Here it is with no ornament. I really like this, so I think that looks fantastic. And let me get back to Glowhoo for a moment. And as you can see, I unlocked Laurel Wreath, and we've won a boatload of, well, I've won, and I keep forgetting my wife has her own account now. Well, I've won a boatload of shaders and emblems and got, I think I have every emote available, ships, sparrows. I mean, it would take me forever to take you guys through all of that. So, where were we? We were looking at cloaks. The Tanix cloak, one of my favorites. The old school Osiris cloak that does not shade. I also have the new one that shades, and I have the kitty cat one, but it's cool to have the old school one. I like having that. And the Tanix cloak was something I wanted from the moment I knew it was available. And the Queen's cloak, this is one I just like. It don't look so good with this shader, but it's pretty rare. I like it pretty good bit. And do I have ornaments on this? Yes sir, I do. there's some ornaments. And if I put the mask on, the Crota mask, there you go, man. Getting Crotaed up. And do I have Crota gauntlets? I do. I do have Crota gauntlets. Oh, they're not ornamentized though. Okay, whatever. But the helmet's got an ornament, as you can see. And the cloak, you can clearly see, has an ornament that I'm very, very fond of. And I love having this, the makeshift scarf, the very first one you get when you come into Destiny. I am such a fan of just running around a bald hunter sometimes. It's just too much fun. And up in the boots, it's basically the same story like Wrath of the Machine boots. I got my Crota boots. Did I do anything in them? Oh yeah, they're ornamentized. So there's the Wrath of the Machine. The Crota boots. And up here my Osiris boots, my Bones of AO, which I cannot live without. Iron Banner boots. And I keep all these boots because intellect, discipline, some give you more rockets, some give you more machine gun, so that's why I keep all them. And the same reason I keep so many chess pieces, they all do different things. This is the Wrath of the Machine chess piece. I have 2 different Osiris chess pieces for extra armor depending on what class I'm on. A very, very rare piece of gear, the Queen's Guard vest, and Exaltation vest. That's a piece of the Zavalia set. And again, I do have the whole set on him, as I do with all the other characters. This is the PlayStation exclusive vest, which looks pretty cool, man. I dig it. I like it. And the gauntlets, well, I guess you could say the exotics I can't ever go without are these 2. I pull out my Don't Touch Me Bros when we're doing Crota for the maze, but I use these for the Crucible, I use these for various things, and I really, really dig the Ogre gauntlets that you can get from the Abomination. I think they're pretty badass. I like them. I like the dragon on this. And Helm of Malak, and I call it Pigeon Face, but this Celestial Nighthawk with Golden Gun, my God, has it brought us out of some mega binds we were in. Why do I have that on as primary? I don't know. But anyway, I got my corrective measure back, man. I got my corrective measure. I'm so happy about it. Well, let me show you. I did say I'd show you each one, and you can freeze it and look it over if you want, but you guys pretty much know what's on there. I got my song of right here. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's kind of all over the place. It's not great, but I think it looks cool, so part of the collection. So it stays. And I got my Tony the Tiger skin. Check it out. And I actually do use Dragon's Breath quite a bit. With big piles of ads. Dragon's Breath is very situational. You have to know how to use it. If you know how to use it, it's incredibly effective. But I love the tiger ornament on it. I think that's super cool. And my Sharket launcher, everyone broke theirs down. I kept mine, bro, because it does work. It does work. Low velocity, but it does work. Unfortunately, the only decent tracking arc rocket launcher I have is my Iron Banner Titanium Orchid. It's not bad, but it's not great. And, well, I'll show you my roll on it. I obviously chose tracking over tripod, because unless I'm shooting at still targets, well, you know. And we were down here in my sleeper simulant. Of course, I don't know why I'm even showing you guys the rolls on them. They're all the same. My sleeper, my raise lighter, my Iron Gallahorn. Let's just look at it because it's so pretty. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. I love it. I love it to bits. My Iron Gallahorn, and this is something that was offered last week, and I've got it on the wrong setting. That absolutely wrecks Vosic, Axis, and various other places. So it's not something I generally carry around, but when we're going to do that fight, I will be carrying it because they've tested it side by side with the Dark Drinker, and the blast radius of it and the cluster bombs do far more damage on them bosses than any other weapon. So we'll scoot on up to my Macarena. Hey, X Macarena. What is that called? Is it Machina? Machina? Whatever the fuck it is. It's a great rocket launcher. You can launch the greatest of rockets out of this thing. Now, it's a great sniper. Target acquisition is on point. Look at that range. It's nuts. And if you shoot it empty, it gives you a 4th round. So you got 4 rounds in the sniper, which is awesome. My Trespasser. My Devil's Dawn, which I have in every burn but don't have on this character. Really, really good sniper. It harkens back to the old House of Wolves sniper. And I do have another 2 to the morgue. There you go. That's my other one. And there's my baby right there. That's my go-to. My Found Verdict. God darn, I was happy when I got that gun back. And this one, I was super elated to get this back. It's a Minotaur Slayer, and I love it to bits. So I was very happy to get my Swordbreaker back. And 1,000-yard stare, because they're kind of hard to get your hands on anymore. I feel like this is a pretty good roll. I could bring the range up more if I want it. And I've got a decent scope. So I roll with that, baby. And there we go. My Adept Fatebringer. Oh, God. Isn't it sexy? I love the platinum over the gold. Feels so good to have that back. Oh, my goodness. I miss that gun so much. My Fang of Uriet, I've not been lucky enough to get an Adept one yet, but I was just happy to get this one because it's one of my favorite weapons of all time in Destiny. So I got that back. I got my Vex back, baby. I got my Vex first try in the Vault of Glass. And then you know I had to go buy and open some boxes so I could get the ornament and go platinum. Oh, I was happy to get my Vex back. And it's actually been doing work in the Crucible. I was a little bit surprised. My Abyss Defiant. This is, again, for me, a situational weapon. But in the right situation against the Hive, Crota, and elsewhere, it's a really, really good auto rifle to have your hands on. And I guess I've got it on focus fire right now because you don't run out of bullets so fast. So I was happy to get that. My legendary Fatebringer I told you about. I've got my Adept Word of Crota. Felt really good to have a Void hand cannon again. That's one of my favorites. This another one of my favorites, the Oversoul Edict Adept. It does mega work in the Crucible. I mean, you can slay with this thing. And of course, these are all recent pickups. The new God of the Crota Maze, and I've got my ornament, so I've got it on, but there it is in its natural form. If you did not know, you have to kill ogres to get the Husk of the Pit now, and you'll either end up having to kill a bunch of Thrall, a bunch of Knights, or a bunch of Knights and Wizards. I got lucky, it was Thrall. I went to the Dark beyond and knocked it out. But now that it blows everything up, no matter where you hit it, and I love that it don't blow up like Firefly. It has its own unique explosion that is, well, I guess it's not unique because it's the same explosion as a Cursed Thrall. But I love that it's different than Firefly, and it is just, oh my god, it's mind-numbing. Running through the maze or any big group of ads. It's a mind-numbing weapon. So, let's scoot on over. This is actually my go-to auto rifle that I have on probably 80 to 90% of the time, this Arminus D. I just absolutely adore this gun, and there's nothing really fancy about it, nothing special, but I just absolutely love it. So as promised, we're gonna dip to the tower, and I'm gonna let you take a look at my vault like I said I would. So I'll catch you in a second. And that was a quick second, wasn't it? I told you we'd be right back. Now, before we jump in the vault, let me just tell you, I'm going to only point out the weapons, probably the adept weapons we've won in raids since Age of Triumph, because there's just way too much to go over everything. But you'll still get to take a look at it, and you can pause the video if you want and look at it more closely, but I'll point a few out. So let's see what we got going on here. Do we have anything since Age of Triumph? There's my Trials hand cannon. Pretty cool. Okay. So you get a look at all the weapons on that page. And I've got another but forgotten, evidently. Go me. The Outbreak Prime, it's not from the Age of Triumph, but lordy do I love this gun. It puts in work. Faux show. So I'm not really seeing any Age of Triumph. Oh, Blind Perdition. Man, I've got some fond memories in this vault. This guy here, oh, man, I really wish he would have turned out to be what I thought he was going to be. Here's a little lesson for you on the Young Wolf's Howl. They have actually buffed it. If you slam an opponent with it, it puts a scorch burn on them, and wherever your team or yourself hits them for a period of time, it's a critical shot. So once you slam them and put that burn on, you can hit them in the knee, and it's a crit. So if you got someone working the Young Wolf's Howl, it's become far more usable. And you can see all my goodies. Oh, here's one. Here's one. This was at the top of my list, man. I wanted this so badly. This and the Fatebringer and the Vision of Confluence. I really want it badly. But my Atheon's Epilogue, I don't know why I'm showing you the roll, because they're always the same, like I said. Is there anything else on here? Let's peep. Let's peep, y'all. Let's peep. Peeping around. Why? I don't know why. Is this leveled up? My Hezen Vengeance. I was super happy to get that back from the Vault of Glass. I know there's better rocket launchers, but I like to use it often in Crucible. It's very, very good there. And from Oryx, I managed to get the full auto Doom Scout Rifle. I was pretty damn excited about that. And if you didn't know, Praetus Timepiece is kind of the go-to in the Crucible right now. It's putting in work. And I've got an Adept one. I've got my Legendary Epilogue here, and I told you guys why I like to have a Legendary version also. Everybody hates the auto rifle. I don't hate it. I mean, look at my stability. I don't hate it at all. I don't know why everybody hates it so much, but I was lucky enough to get that. And I got the Adept Bane, which we all know it's not a very special hand cannon, but it's fun to goof around with now and then, so I hung on to it. This is... I have two, man. Why do I have two? Okay, that one's gonna have to go. My baby right there. Vision of Confluence. My favorite. Yeah, it's between that and the Fang, but the VOC probably edges out the Fang for me. My favorite scout of all times. And I about cried like a little girl when I got it. I was so super happy. And I've got, here it is. My Smite of Moran. I absolutely love this pulse rifle. The stability leaves a lot to be desired, but with Firefly, I absolutely love this gun. And the Adept version being solar, it's fantastic. Something I was very excited to get my hands on. So we'll go over, I'll just scroll through clothes real quick. And like I said, you guys can freeze frame and look at anything you desire. Some of it's fuel, some of it's just stuff I don't have room to carry. There's my don't touch me bros. But that's about that. If you want to see this junk, there you go. But that about wraps it up, man, and that gives you some very intense insight into what I have access to, what I use the most, and what my guardians are all about. We have reached the pinnacle of Destiny with Guardian Lord and got the Platinum Trophy. We've 100%ed everything they've put out, and I'm super duper excited for Destiny 2. So bring on the Cabal, baby. So thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a while, but there'll be a lot more videos coming. We're getting ready to kick up some TDK challenge, and you can see them Destin Knights kicking some ass again, underpowered with shitty weapons, and just having a load of laughs while still beating the hell out of people. So once again, I'm BaltimoreDude. You can hit me up either on PSN, you can catch me on Twitter at Baltimore_Dude, and I'll catch you on I'll catch you on the flip. Thanks again, guys. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget to throw a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and drop a comment. Puberty is a bitch at 40. Don't forget to thumbs up, drop a comment, and bang that subscribe button. And now we can say it. I'll catch you on the flip. Thanks again, guys. I'll be talking to you real soon.